Hi, welcome back to Comic Book Gallery. I'm your host, Joaquin. How we doing, people? So today's video is a follow-up for the ongoing series on how to get into comics for like new collectors or for people getting back into collecting comic books when they've taken a break of 5 to 10 years. Depending on when you stopped, a lot of things have changed. And if you're just new, well then you should be doing your research, and that's why I'm making this second video. So the first one is, start saving up your money, and as you start saving up your money for the week, you should be doing your research during that week, and watch other videos talking about characters, what you should collect, what's hot, whatever you can think of. If you put it into YouTube, I'm sure somebody's made a video about it. So I just want to do like a really short, like condensed series for new people getting into comic books. So I'm going to be talking about two books and that people really talk about a lot. The first one here is I have a 9.4. I don't want that to fall off the edge. I have a 9.4 of you can see right there. I have a 9.4 of Gambit, the first appearance of Gambit, and this is Uncanny XMen. And on CGC, it is the first full appearance of Gambit and Mystique appearance. So the other one, I thought I had, I guess I don't have it here. It must be up in my storage in Seattle, which I got to bring down. Is X-Men Annual number 14, which predates it. So X-Men was supposed to come out first, but the annual did, and then I'll get into that once I start showing you the sales and all that. But basically, Uncanny X-Men was supposed to come out first, and then the annual was supposed to come out later. So this was supposed to be Gambit's first appearance. It didn't, but CGC and whoever the powers that be declared that X-Men Annual number 14 is his cameo, which is crazy because, you see him, there's several panels, he talks, they say his name, but that's a cameo. The other one that caused a big issue was Secret Wars. So this is the origin of the alien symbiote that eventually becomes Venom. But that's not the issue. The issue was that for the longest time, people were considering this the first appearance of Spider-Man's black costume. And when I mean a long time, I'm talking like the very beginning when this first came out. So this is a 9.2. And, sorry about the lighting glare here, but I got to get another light, like a lamp, a desk lamp. As you can see, I'll do my little reflection. You can see that I have my little ceiling fan. And the cover on the lamp, besides needing a good cleaning, it still filters out the light. So I'm going to be getting a natural lamp, a natural light lamp. But that's neither here nor there. So these are two books I want to talk about and the importance of doing your research. So I'm going to slice in another small video on my screen, so that way we can go over the history, the sales, and talk about these two books and what you can learn. All right, people. See you in 1 second. Okay, so as you can see here, Uncanny X-Men has the first appearance of Gambit. Whether you agree with it or not, I mean, they have true furs. And the problem with X-Men Annual number 14 is that there's not a date when it came out. That, when I was doing my research, was showing the big issue. So, they don't even mention this is a cameo appearance that they have for him, basically. Yeah. So, first cameo is X-Men 14. So, the issue was it didn't have a date. I believe that's what it came down to. So, I don't know. Um, this more people are starting to recognize that this probably is the first appearance of Gambit, and it should be. But the public is still going with X-Men 266. But I would grab a copy of these. And I'm looking, the reason why I'm looking at Raw is because it's better for you to get a Raw book, and then hopefully it will turn out to be a 9.6 or a 9.8. But as you see here, a 9.0 is $100 as opposed to the first appearance of Gambit, which is his second appearance, technically. It's 250. So for new people, you're like, okay, so are you telling me to get both? Basically, yes, because there might be a point in time when they make this correction, but you know, if for those of you who watch sports, sometimes the referees get it wrong and your team loses the Super Bowl or the World Series or the World Cup, whatever, they get it wrong. And because of this book being, the first appearance of Gambit for so long, I don't think they're going to change their mind. So, even though, X-Men Annual 14, they have the cameo, and this is what I was talking about earlier. It's a little bit crazy. You see him, they mention his name, he speaks, and it's not just sees him, he's like in five, six, seven panels, maybe eight, somewhere around there. So, whenever you're going to get into a book, or a series or a character, you need to do your research in what you're getting into. Um, right now, the hype is movies and TV shows, mostly movies, are really dictating the price on these books because a lot of other investors are coming in who aren't so much comic book collectors, they're just investors. So they see this as a commodity that they can move and they're putting their money in. And so that's why it's harder for people who just want to collect comic books like myself get some of these back issues because you're just going to get outpriced. But that's another video. So we're going to go back to now Secret Wars. So when this first came out, at the time, these were the two books in question. So it was Marvel Team Up 141. So raw book on that is 120. And Secret Wars is 170. Okay. So I remember when I bought this book and I was talking I forget the name of the comic book store. We're talking like over 20 years ago plus probably. I was asking him, I go, "Well, I heard that, the Secret Wars is not the first appearance of Spider-Man in his black costume." And he's like, "Nope." He goes, "The Marvel team up is the first appearance." So I was like, "Oh." I was like, "So should I get that book?" And he was like, "Well, do you have Marvel Secret Wars #8?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, that's the book that most people are going to want." So you you have to start making judgments on what knowledge you can acquire. Now this is before the internet, right? So I'm just talking to some guy who's had a comic book store for a while, and he's telling me his personal opinion. I really didn't have a lot of friends who collected comic books. And my friends who did collect comic books at the time, I was no longer in touch with them after high school. So, it's not like I enjoyed reading the books and collecting was cool, but I didn't look at it like, oh, I should buy first appearance of Wolverine Hulk 181 when I could have for $20. And I remember telling my friend, I was like, yeah, I can pick that up anytime. I mean, whatever. And it wasn't a priority. So if you're going to be getting into the collectible games, whether it's cards or comic books or statues, somewhat, um, you really have to decide what kind of collector you're going to be and take it from there. So, you know, watch other videos. You want to have a game plan. The reason why I told you that you should start saving $25 a week is so you buy like a $10 to $15 book, maybe even a 20, and then you pick up something that's current that you enjoy reading. That way, as your collection grows, your collection's not growing with a bunch of books that are most likely going to be, dollar bin books for like in some cases up to 10, 15, maybe 20 years type of thing. It takes a while for comic books to really add a lot of value. I mean, though lately though some books just jump up and they stay where they're at. That's a different video. So Marvel Super Secret Wars number 8. So we established that that is not the first appearance of the costume. In fact, they go on to say it's the origin of the alien symbiote that eventually becomes Venom. And then on the Marvel team up, they take it a step and they don't even. It's weird. Like they don't even recognize it as being the first anymore. But at the time, it was. They were considering this, and the reason why. Drum roll, please. Wish I had that sound effect, and I'm too lazy to go look up that stuff. Um. Whoa, no, what did I do? Did I just? Okay, cool. I found this article. It's actually a really good article. It's by CBR, and as you can see right here, what was the first comic book that had the Spider-Man's black costume? So there's a couple of other books that made it. One of them was Spectacular Spider-Man number 90, which is the book that they are saying that is the first new black costume. And I'll show you the article in a second. So that book's only $65 raw right now, give or take. Okay. The other book. No, I don't want my Disney. What did I do? Accidentally pushed this one back. Okay. So, Spider-Man 252 has the first black Spider-Man suit in a regular series. That's going for 250. Okay. So you got this going for 250. Let me get back up to the other one. I'm not going to switch around anymore. Um, so you got that going for 250. This is considered the first new black costume, 65. And the article is what was the first comic book that had Spider-Man black costume? And then they talk about a magazine, which, when it comes to print, nobody really cares that much, maybe some. So you see here, 252. But so this is what I like. And I'll be reading it from it. So the trick here is that the other two books that were also cover date May 1984, the Marvel Team Up 141 and the Spectacular Spider-Man 90, which is here, which is they're saying this is the first um, black costume appearance. The rumor over the years has been that Marvel 141 came out the same week as Amazing Spider-Man 252, even though Amazing Spider-Man 252 was supposed to come out first. Supposed to. All the information we have on the subject from the Library of Congress registration, which doesn't necessarily tell us when it officially came out, but at least likely tells us if it's earlier than the other comic, to the listing in the Marvel Age and the other comic magazines from the era, is that the Amazing Spider-Man 252 came out at the end of January 1984, and the other two books came out 2 weeks later. So the winner is the Amazing Spider-Man 252. And welcome to comic book collecting. I mean, this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing your research, figuring things out, um, going on different sites. It used to be that you would, they had books, and I still like buying them, only because I like flipping through them, are the Overstreet price guides. But lately, it's all about Go Collect and all these other websites that you can find. I don't pay for the service on Go Collect because I'm not. I don't really care about the night, how many sales and all the trending markets and what this did in March a year ago or whatever. There are other channels who are going to get who specialize in doing that. For me, I'm just trying to make a nice simple video to help you understand the importance of doing your research. So you're most likely brought here now because of movies. So you're gonna have your first, you're like, oh, Thor's cool, or Spider-Man, or I really like Iron Man. And I would suggest just going like this. You just, especially Go Collect. I'm not sponsored by Go Collect or anything. I like their servers. There's a couple of other ones, but you can just type in X-Men, and you just put a 1, right? Okay. So you're going to see the first appearance of X-Men. Even at a, 9.8, it's now over $2 million. You're like, ow. Like, I don't have that money. Look at that. A 0.5. That means the book is so jacked up. It's like $5,000. That's like my goal. My goal now is to get a jacked up book that probably has a detached cover or whatever. And yeah, because this is skyrocketing. You know, you know, 10 to 15 grand for a book. It's just a car. So you're like, okay, so X-Men #1, clearly not my thing. Giant size X-Men #1, which I have. I have to get that CGC graded. Again, that book's like $1,000 for a jacked up copy. So this is starting to get out of most people's price ranges. You're like, I don't know if I want to go that route. So what you do is you just keep looking and scrolling down, and if you see something that's like, $100, um, this is the second series, so just a quick history. The X-Men, I think the X-Men started out as X-Men, the X-Men, and then eventually, I can't remember when, but they turned into the Uncanny X-Men. So that was the first run, and I want to say that went to 500 and something offhand. Don't know, can't remember. You can look it up. This is a video about research, so do your own research. Can't rely on everybody. Do your own work. And just note that whoever you're watching, they may not be correct. So that's why you gotta do your own research, people. But I do know for a fact that X-Men, the series, the second series, written by Chris Claremont, and the artwork was by Jim Lee for a while. That took off for a moment. So you're going to want to look, and I don't know if I touch Ultimate, but that's on you. To look at different things and see where you want to start off at. And if you can't afford, and if you're trying to collect like a series, and you can't afford any of those series, well, then you could look at Astonishing X-Men. It's a nice run, some cool stories, and it's something you can get into. So that's a team. Um, let's just say your favorite character, which is mine, because this is what got me into collecting comic books. I mean, there are some other people that I really collect. Is Wolverine. This book is starting to get out of control. So you're like, oh, this is a miniseries. So maybe I can get that. But if you can't get that, then you should look at Kitty Pryde and Wolverine #1. That's a miniseries that came out in 1984. You know, uh, you're looking at Spider-Man versus Wolverine. That's $250 for a 9.8. That was a cool miniseries. Wolverine #1, his first series. I have this book. I think I have it in fine, so it's anywhere between 7 and 8, give or take. This is a cool series to collect. So that's it, people. It's a quick little video on how to do your research, figure out what you like, and develop a game plan. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe, and I will catch you later.